di na pressure mo, diba? Pwede ma-lecture na lang po about the corticospinal tract. Mas ko lang. Anyway, Mr. Gulingan, the President, Dr. Kurunya, our Chief Medical Officer, and Dr. Musoli, our Assistant Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Torre, Dr. Angela Torre, the rest of the RMCI management team, the parents and relatives of the graduates, the different department chairs and training officers, colleagues, good evening. So, Yen, next to Yen is what's the Yen? Dale, then Judy, Jeju, Kata, Patrick, Joed, Reg, Junie, Nini, Jay, Joe, Jaynet, Hester, Jack, Ange, Argel, Ange, and Jay. Let's see, Papa. I would like to thank you for two reasons. First, for giving me this honor to be your graduation speaker and share with you my experiences and principles as a doctor. Second, I would like to thank you for your help and your effort during your rotation to the department and to the whole Riverside community as well during your 1-year stay as interns in the hospital. My dream to become a doctor started short of 39 years ago, and it started during my kindergarten graduation. As part of our graduation ceremonies, we were made to recite our dream or ambition, and true enough, I said, when I grow up, I want to be a doctor. And ever since, I have never wavered in wanting to be one. And my education was primarily geared towards that direction. That's why I took up BS Biology and eventually medicine. So we fast-tracked to 18 summers ago, so you can guess my age. I graduated also from internship. My postgraduate internship is a gray zone in medicine. You're no longer medical students, yet you're not yet a doctor, or neither are you a resident. I remember my internship very vividly, primarily because of the many difficulties I had to hurdle. The hospital I chose for my internship was a war zone, and it served me right. It was physically exhausting and mentally demanding. I remember that as PGIs, or we were called externs in PGH, we were the go-to guys. They make us do everything, like endless monitoring, blood extractions, IV insertions, IV medications. Yes, we give IV medications to all the patients in PGH. We also do cut-downs, appendectomies, CPTs, assist surgical procedures, numerous episiotomies and deliveries, and I even did an DNC. So we also went to duty for 36 hours, so 24 hours, then another 12 hours the following day. So we have oral and written examinations after each major rotations. We have daily morning endorsements in front of 30 unforgiving residents, together with your co-interns and the clerks as audiences. I was dead tired most of the time, and we were likened to an Energizer mascot that goes on, going and going and going. But I can say that I was happy. I was where I wanted to be. I soaked in the toxicities and sucked in every learning opportunity that I can. And from that, I learned one important life lesson, and that is, no matter how hard the situation, but if your heart is in it and you love what you do, then you will still be happy. So this is probably the basic foundation that has kept me in surviving all the adversities in my medical education and my clinical training. It's because I just love being a doctor. I remember in our yearbook, one of our classmates described a classmate of mine. It says, he sits high in the totem pole of aptitude, but not in attitude. As a teacher, it is a delight to have brilliant students. However, no matter how intelligent you are, if your attitude and values are wrong, then your intelligence would only take you a short distance. During internship, I was certainly not the brightest, but I can say with confidence that I was one of the most hardworking interns. From med school, as you have already experienced, that you don't have to be the brightest to survive, but you should have the capacity to adjust and rise up to the pressures that is being demanded from you. A Chinese proverb goes that the wise adapt themselves to circumstances just like water molds itself to the pitcher. A personal experience of mine relating to adaptability was when I had my neurology residency. I graduated my IM residency here at Riverside Medical Center, and I know that you'll agree with me that our community here is one of harmony and relative benignity. It is much like the fabled laid-back lifestyle of Bacolod City. So despite having a year's stint as a PGI at PGH, plus 3 years of internal medicine at Riverside, I was thrown off guard by the sheer amount of work and intellectual demands of neurology. Our presentations, our endorsements, and workload paled in comparison to what a first-year neurology resident in PGH does. To make matters worse, one of my co-residents quit in the first quarter, further muddling our morale. We had to undergo every other day duty and every other week grand rounds presentation. Quitting was thought of, but it was never an option for me. I survived it though, and I was relieved to come back here and practice in Bacolod City. To be honest, I didn't know how I survived it all, but I guess it was an unconscious adaptation to the toxicity and the new environment. Adaptability is a key competency of emotional intelligence. It leads a person to have more successful undertakings. Your attitude, which largely determines your adaptability, is a key factor in your surviving the incoming hardships that you will still have to face with the board exams and residency. Attitudes of hard work, perseverance, humility, intellectual honesty, and sense of responsibility. Maybe some of you have glamorized the medical profession that goes through to the incoming interns by what you see with the consultants. But what you see is just the tip of the iceberg. Before the iceberg emerges from the water, it starts from way down below. And what makes it rise and emerge from the water is hard work, perseverance, humility, intellectual honesty, and sense of responsibility. Being a doctor is not a right. It is a responsibility. And it is a very big responsibility because we deal with people's lives. So always remember that your attitude and not your aptitude will determine your altitude in life. This morning, when Mimi was giving a message on behalf of all of you, she was thanking everyone. It actually made some people emotional because what was demonstrated there was gratitude, which is probably one of the best values that has guided me till now. Like you, I am grateful to our family of consultants, especially to the IM department, for everything we have shared through all these years, starting from my residency to now. I must say that I am a lucky guy because I believe I got to experience the best teachers, starting from my college and medicine years to SSI State University, to Riverside Medical Center, then to Philippine General Hospital. I have worked with the best doctors in my field. Because of this, or because of them, I have a dedication to teach. It was something here and here that they planted in me that has grown and bore fruit, and which I hope I can impart to you and to my residents as well. The passion and capacity to teach is a vocation because honestly, I don't know how much that's outpays for the lectures that I give, nor do I have any salary being training officer for like 8 years at the department. But probably it's my means of fulfilling the Ericksonian stage of generativity versus stagnation. But however we see it, I believe that we should have the passion to pay it forward. So far, I have pointed out to you 3 key lessons or values, which are love for your work, proper attitude, and gratitude. 4.5 years ago, I underwent a life-changing experience. It was probably the most difficult experience of my life, and that was when I became a patient. It was not a simple disease, but a major one. I experienced a painful condition, had to undergo a major cervical spine surgery with its attendant complications, and was out of job for 3 months for recuperation. As a doctor, I was equipped with the theoretical knowledge and the experience about the illness, but I was never prepared to be a patient. There were a lot of indecisions, a lot of procrastinations, a lot of emotions, and a lot of insecurities. Once again, I made it through with God, with family, and with friends. But one is never the same after a storm. Honestly, till now, there are days when I struggle with insecurities and uncertainties, but nobody really knows what the future will bring. The experience I had as a patient was both a misery and a blessing because it made me a better person. It renewed my faith, it strengthened my ties with my family and friends. It made me realize that as doctors, we need to take care of ourselves in order to take care of others. More importantly, the experience has made me a better physician. As a patient, I have walked through the same indecisions, the same dark road of uncertainty and insecurities that our patients walk through. I could say that I have been at the receiving end. Every day when I look at the mirror and I see my surgical scar, it reminds me that I once was a patient. It tells me I need to be more empathic with patients, to stretch my patience some more, and to be more understanding of the plight of the person at the opposite side of my desk or lying on the bed in front where I stand. I believe that we don't have to be patients ourselves to be compassionate and to empathize. Genuine care and regard and respect for another person are what we should practice to be compassionate and for us to have empathy. So to summarize, I have pointed out the following virtues, which are love for your work, proper attitude, gratitude, and empathy and compassion for your patients. With the proper medical knowledge and skills you have gained in the past 5 years, plus these virtues, I know you will make it. But I don't just want you to make it. I want you to be the best that you can be. I want you to be better than us, your consultants, because someday you will take care of us and our families, and you will be taking over of what we are doing right now. Always strive for excellence. And finally, I would like to end this by a quote from Ludwig van Beethoven, and he said, "Don't only practice your art, but force your way into its secrets, for it and knowledge can raise man to the divine." Thank you and congratulations.